about that. Like, I want to know some interesting stories from there. Like, let's dig deeper into that trip of yours.
Mountaineering has been an old love, and I went to Nepal to do a mountaineering course as well. And the idea was to do enough courses and get trained enough to summit the highest peaks in the world. But I think, when there's family around you, I remember Aaj bhi, still remember that chuped jo padi thi. I came back from Nepal and I'm super excited. I'm talking to my mother and मैंने कहा कि अम्मी, I was just thinking if I train another year there and another year here, maybe in this year I could try and summit. But मैंने अभी बोला ही था, पहाड़ का नाम ही लिया था मैंने, तो अगली चीज है आधी आवाज में एक चपेड़ थी मेरे मुंह पे, कि तुम हमें इधर ही ठीक लग रहे हो. So that's something that I've been wanting to get back to be very honest. And now I think that I've tried so many things in life, and I think this is going to be something that I really want to get back to.
100%. And I really do think that like one should constantly be pushing themselves. Like Absolutely. I believe in that. Like, so last year I decided that, not summiting but I want to trek to the base camp of K2.
Yeah.
So I want to do that. Like, that's something that I'm like, okay, I like walking, this much I can do. Like, I can.
So I feel something similar with bikes. And when you're in it, you can't hear anything else. You can't feel anything else. It's just amazing, and that's why I believe two-wheelers and being on bikes has inspired me in a similar way. It's the right amount of freedom. It's the right amount of power that I need on the road, and it's the right amount of adventure that I need. Then it became the transformation, and then Rahi happened in my life, and it changed so many things because I wrote it myself. Because I went to a couple of writers, they sent in their drafts, and I just couldn't feel it. I was talking to the director of the show, and he was like, "It has to be your thought. It has to be your words. You have to write it yourself, no matter how good or bad, because it's your truth at the end of the day." And when I did that, it changed everything for me, because I thought there's so many things that we don't address, and there's so many misconceptions, and we have these preconceived notions about people, ideas, and beliefs. And when you go out there and you really experience it yourself, I believe that everyone should get up and get out themselves and go and find your own truth.
100%.
You will be surprised. 100%. You will be surprised how different it is.
Tell me, you mentioned that there were a lot of humbling experiences for you.
Yeah.
What was the most humbling experience for you, and what were you not prepared for when you walked into, when you biked into this journey?
Yeah.
I'll use biked into. What was the one thing that you were not prepared for and you had to kind of overcome?
Yeah.
And what was the most humbling experience for you?
Plenty, to be very honest. The amount of love that I've received in places where I had no idea people would know me and people would love me, and how open-hearted people are everywhere across Pakistan. What I wasn't prepared for, the fact that how much in me I'm going to explore while being on the road. That's something that was the unexpected part of it, because I had no idea there were things that I could tap into by just going through human emotions and experiences and interactions. Because
there's a lot.
There's a lot that we do, and we interact with a lot of people in our daily life, and especially when you're from the industry, you have to talk to a lot of people. You have to sit down with a lot of people. But it's that one person.
It's a certain type of people that you're interacting with constantly.
Yes, and then you'll go to this Tharparkar and you'll meet this Chuni Lal. It's a little boy. He'll take 100 rupees from you, and he'll show you this whole nest of more peacocks out in the wild, beautiful place. Show you all the temples. Will run, and if you give him an extra 100 rupees, he'll run up the mountain in lightning bolt speed and then come back and do all sorts of things. And you look at him and you'll see how happy he is in life.
No, of course. I think we generally tend to live the present moment with either the anxiety of the past, or the trauma of the past, and the anxiety of the future.
Absolutely.
So you're never in and I think in the last few years, I have tried to bring myself constantly, that battle of being here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, kal ka maine nahi dekha, jo kal guzar gayi hai, wo guzar gayi hai.
Right.
I have to learn from it, but I have to be, today is everything.
I mean, I'm a very strong believer, I'm very optimistic, but I do believe in Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and you just have to make your peace with it. There's certain things in life you can't control. And
nothing you can control.
And that is something that we're, that what I've unlearned in the last 2 years. And when we talk about, and I know I'm taking the conversation there myself now, but this new sound and this new me is also letting go a lot of control. मेरे साथ जो सबसे amazing चीज़ की गई है इस album में वो ये है कि I was working on the album and S.N. Pervez being the phenomenal producer that he is, he just made me super comfortable in the studio and we started making song after song and after song. And we looked back and we had a lot of songs. And we had material worth 3 albums. And we like, okay, that was great. I think we've tapped into something. Let's go back and shortlist some of the few that we want to do first. We went back and we decided like 10, 15 songs. And I said, all right, great. I'm going to come back and we're going to start doing final vocals for these and let's lock it. He's like, what final vocals? This is it. You've done the song. I'm like, are you out of your mind? You are absolutely crazy. This is not happening. These are not my final vocal takes. And he goes like, sir, यही final है. आपने बहुत अच्छा किया. जो आपका डेमो भी बहुत अच्छा था. मैंने कहा ये डेमोज हैं. हम इन डेमोज से नहीं बना सकते. कहता है ये ऑनेस्ट है, ये रियल है. आपने डेमो की तरह गाया नहीं है. It's recorded properly. It has heart and soul, and I'm going to use it the way it is. And you'll have to trust me on this one. And for a minute, my heart sank, and I thought, because control was leaving me, right? I want control. I want to make it better. I want to do 20 takes. I want to make it right. But as a producer, he was thinking that if I can take this one thing away from him and still make him like it, then job well done.
No, it's amazing to let go. And I think that it's one of those things that I think I've struggled with myself. Yeah. I've struggled with control my entire life. I'm one of those very those type of people that would micromanage everyone and everything. And I would do well in life, but I would not do I would never achieve the level that I wanted to achieve. Okay. Yeah. And I think that the moment I started giving up that control and I started learning how to give up that control, and today I don't control anything. I will argue. Yeah. I'll have that argument, but I think in an hour of that argument, of having that argument, like, nahi, I will regulate myself back into being like, okay, I've hired someone to do their job, to do a particular job.
Absolutely.
They know what they're doing. And usse I feel like aapka mindset khul jata hai.
Absolutely, because also there's it's too much going on in your mind. And for someone, I can't turn this thing off. I cannot. It's a problem. I am always thinking, it's always working. It's a clock. It's working. And I can't stop this machine. So what also changed in these last 2 years, for me personally, I started a different conversation with myself. Because I realized, because me being a control freak, and then that's the reason, when you said, we're never really there, we're never